Hey there, guys. It is I, Volts the Hedgehog. You might notice a little something different about me. That's right. I got new models, courtesy of a certain somebody by the name of EmmieManiac, who also voices Charmy from the Charmy&Mighty YouTube channel. I did ask her about this, and she said she would. So, after she goes, do you want like certain designs or what? So I sent her a couple of reference images and things like that to essentially give her an idea, all that. So that worked out pretty good. I got this one and several others that work very good. No, this is not an animated PNG. I am able to animate it because there's a thing called Veadotube, which I knew about because it's primarily for PNGs, which actually looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. And I thought, why not give it a shot, see what happens. I've never, ever used the program before. And I thought, give it a shot because I've been using my other ones from Miss QDT Cat. And this one actually is definitely more modernized. I mean, this is how I look in VR chat anyway. So I thought, use this one and keep the others for backup and things like that. So, QT Cat, I thank you for making my other models, the ones where I had pretty much no outfit. It was just the older style that I had with the quill style that pretty much represented Sonic for the most case. And I never actually had the newer models from what it looked like now because of QT Cat. I mean, she did her live stream, I believe, in November of 2021 when she did that art live stream. I had sent her a image on Twitter, and I saw that it was going to be included in the stream. And I said, oh, that looks pretty cool. So I saw the thumbnail for her stream that day, sometime in November of 2021. And I'm like, this is going to look pretty good. So, I thought, why not? I'll wait for it to show up. I might have missed it. I don't remember if I saw it or not. But then I got the DM from her on Twitter with the official finished version of what I look like, aka this. And it looked pretty good. I mean, I have to say, I got a new quill style. 3 bangs on my forehead. I got a blue vest jacket, white t-shirt that's got a black trim on the neckline and the waistline. Black fingerless gloves and blue, I guess, sport pants? Maybe? I don't know. But the only thing you don't see with this particular PNG is the shoes. The shoes you can only see in VR chat. Because, again, as you may be aware, I had the model made by Mr. Runic Hybrid in VR chat. I had asked him about it, and that's how I got that. It took maybe a couple of people to rig it, but one of which at the time was a beginner with rigging VR chat models. That's when I went to a Sonic world called South Island, where it's got a ton of Sonic style levels from the Genesis era. And I had seen Mr. Skrna Studios just chilling with some people. I said, how you doing? He goes, I'm doing good. And then he saw my model at the time, and he realized it was completely broken. I'm like, yeah, it did, kinda. I told him, I said, there was someone that tried to do it. And then I said, he was a beginner at the time. He wasn't extremely used to rigging models for VR. So he goes, do you want me to essentially re-rig it for you? And I'm like, sure, I guess. So I gave him the FBX, and I essentially got a newer version, aka what I use in VR chat now. And I thought, use that, obviously, instead of the broken model that I got from before. And honestly, it came out pretty good. It actually came out really good. I'm actually quite impressed. So, you know, I mean, it worked out. So there's that. That's basically that story done. When it comes to this particular model, obviously, I had talked to Emmie, the voice of Charmy from Charmy&Mighty, and I had asked her, I said, you know, do you think you'd be able to get this out there and things like that? You know, naturally, it was through a commission process. So, you know, I have to admit, it looks pretty good. It really does. And it only took, like, not even a week. So, I had gave her the details on the 15th of this month, I believe. And then on the 19th, I saw the work in progress version. And then the next day on the 20th, boom. That's when I got the new PNGs and things like that. So yeah, I was actually quite impressed by how it came out. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, these look so cool. Now, here's the thing. The only reason why the blank animation is a thing is because of Veadotube. And I'll spell that for you. Veadotube. Veadotube, particularly the mini version, not the early access version, obviously, is something that can be used for essentially what's called PNG tubing. Whereas VTubing, you would use VTube Studio, which is in Steam. Now, when it comes to VTubing, we know what that is. You just get a VTuber model, or if you want your own, then, you know, you go that route and do what you gotta do with that. You've seen it many, many times. But when it comes to PNGs for simple videos, kind of like this one, it would be the case of using a program called Veadotube, which is not an installed product or program. Bleh. You basically extract the file, launch Veadotube Mini, and what you do is you use the 4 squares on the right side, put your images to where they belong, and you just go from there. That's literally all you do. Not hard to figure out, and you know, it took me a while, but then, you know, the other homie, Kaz, if you will, had told me, you know, this is how you go about this is how you go about that. You know, I know there are 2 different ways you can set this up, one of which is the Spout 2 plugin for OBS, which is, if you want to use the plugin version, you can. It is entirely your choice. Or you can go the non-plugin option and just do essentially game capture or window capture, whichever one operates the best. And in the options, you go to allow transparency. And OBS will essentially make the image 100% transparent to where there's literally no background whatsoever. Here's the thing. The image I have was already transparent when I got the PNGs. Kind of like how the other ones from QT Cat were. So, yeah. I can use this one, I can use the other one. But since I'm more this style nowadays, I'd rather go with this guy. Because, you know, new quill style, the 3 bangs up there in the forehead, the outfit, the gloves. Yeah, I'd rather go with that. But other than that, yeah, I'm glad we were able to get this video out there, and that way you guys can see at least one of the models. Well, technically seeing 4 images in one, which is the open mouth, closed mouth, and then eyes closed with the mouth open and closed. So there's all 4, essentially, within Veadotube. So if there's anything that you are wondering about, if there's any questions you have, and you want to have your own little project or model, whatever it is that you want to know about, feel free to ask, and I can help you out to the best of my ability. Other than that, I think we're going to wrap this up. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit like, make sure you leave a comment below, say what you think of the new look and everything, and of course share this video with your friends on YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, whatever it is. And I will see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.